Let's find a way to get some leads in the home insulation space, another trade space. And today I am going to do something I haven't done in a long time, just a bit of casual SEO analysis, competitor analysis. In front of me is a website that looks like this. This is not pretty. And yeah, it just shows over time the website getting less and less love from Google and the search engines. Julio, what's up? Oh yeah, neighbors. Less and less love from the search engines. And look, I couldn't really find any trace of SEO campaigns in the past. I think they were paying someone to do something. Who knows what was done. So what I'm going to do today is devise a bit of a game plan of what I would do if this was my space, if I had to rank it, if I had to get leads. Now, when someone comes to me for SEO, a lot of the time they just want inquiries, and inquiries can come from Google ads, they can come from Facebook ads. Insulation is on that space where I'd probably still prefer Google ads over Facebook ads, and I would prefer SEO in there as well as a long-term solution. I look at SEO as like the ownership strategy. You might be costly early on, it might not be positively geared in the first year, but then eventually it begins to snowball, and really the impact is quite amazing. So the first thing I looked at is, okay, we jump into Google and let's pull apart some competitors. I think the very first thing is we look at some keyword volumes. So we look at some keyword volumes, and I've just gone to SEMrush and I've just typed in insulation. Now, insulation is such a broad match key term. So we've got 1.7 million searches, 254,000 unique ways that people use insulation. So I'm just going to change it to insulation Melbourne. So the intent of that is I am looking for someone to install insulation in Melbourne. Roof insulation, ceiling insulation, this is what they do. The intent of that key term is commercial, cost per click 4.4 USD. Now, cost per click on SEMrush is not so accurate. That's why I generally like to jump in and check it out. So we've got 14 insulation Melbourne. So not cheap, but not accountants or financial advisors or plumbers or electricians, but definitely a bit of volume. So this first part of the exercise is where I just download all of the key terms. This is where I have my Claude or my ChatGPT MCP connected, and I pull all of the key terms that are informational intent, so the questions, as well as the commercial intent. And I'll go after all of the supporting key terms: ceiling, roof installation, insulation, etc. Then after I spend some time looking at the keywords and collecting some keywords, now actually before that, the very, very first thing that I do is I get an understanding about the business, and in particular, the ideal client persona that the business needs to target. So I have a few workflows in place that will help me create a deep about us file. It's like the source of truth file, whether I jump on a call with the owner and interview them, or I send a crawler to their website and get a deep understanding about their site. But some sites are pretty average, so I prefer the interview. But then I do a very deep dive into ideal client personas. This is just a simplified variation, but this is where I look at segment A. It is builders and construction companies. The fictional avatar is Dean, construction manager. He's an owner builder. He's 44 years old. He runs a company from 6 to 12 mil, custom home and extensions business. That's their obviously turnover. Main points and challenges: insulation subbies who confirm a date then don't show, pushing plaster and everything downstream. Quotes with wrong R values, materials delivered to the wrong site. So just general, just sort of shit show that they experience of their pain points and challenges. Melbourne homeowners renovating and retrofitting, right? Their pain points and challenges. And segment C, which is supply only DIY buyers. Now that helps me really understand what kind of commercial intent keywords matter to this business. It's a slightly different way that it's evolved over the years, where now that I know the intent, I know what keywords matter. Then comes basically just a list of keywords. In this case, I had a look at what went wrong in the last few years, and Over time, I think the website was rebuilt, and I don't think any SEO was really considered, or whoever was doing it, I'm not sure what they were doing, but there's just a lot of keywords that have just disappeared. And that's not so much that they've done something wrong, it just means competitors could be quite good. And if this is any other space that brings money, there will be competitors targeting this key term. So I had a look at the SEO keywords. I had a look at various intent and commercial keywords, insulation contractors. I pulled a whole bunch of additional key terms to get an understanding of what people are searching in Google. At the end of the day, while we're hunting for entities, and it's still people searching or speaking into the phone, and then the phone word gets transcribed into fan out queries with something like ChatGPT. So at the end of the day, having words on the page matters. Like, we're optimizing for the AI robot, the agent, more than ever before. It's like we've gone back in time, the way SEO works 15 years ago. So this is where I'm basically just presenting just a chunk of the pie, what kind of terms we can go after, because each of these terms has its own set of competitors. I know that acoustic insulation is its own thing, right? Acoustic insulation comes with its own cost of entry to market and things like that. This is where I'll present a lot of those keywords in the meeting and say, hey, what brings you, what's the bread and butter? What's the term that we potentially might bid on and pay Google for a Google ad? So then I look at the top competitors and I look at sites. There's sites that have been around for many years with lots of traffic that are dipping. There's new sites that I love to see. This one's looks like 2023. They started to do something and they've been rewarded for it, versus a whole bunch of other sites that have been around for a while. This one's doing okay, but there's a whole bunch of others that have been around for a while and it's going the other way around. So the way I would begin this is type in insulation contractors. Let's have a look at climate control insulation. The first thing I look at is do they have their main keyword, top insulation installer Melbourne? A little bit spammy. They got a photo, signage, good, proof of brand. This is good. This is funny. This is good. If it works, keep doing it. But it's on the spam side of things. So it just says that someone like me, someone that's an SEO that understands how search works, or even the principles of it. This is a little bit spammy. I probably wouldn't have that these days. But let's have a look at them. So climate control, sitting on 1.1 thousand organic visitors a month, looking pretty healthy. I wonder what happened between, did they rebuild? Is that this new website that we're seeing here? And this is the SEO taking effect. In so many spaces, this kind of stuff can still work. Home insulation tool rack. All right, typical geo page. This is ugly as. I wonder if this is indexed and ranking. I'm sure it is. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. So home insulation tool rack. And the question is, someone looking for home insulation tool rack? There's that page in first and second, but there might be no volume on that particular key term. So one of the things that I might do is I might type in home insulation and just insulation. This is where I just have a list of Melbourne suburbs or Sydney suburbs, and I just want to, oh my God, I just want to see if there's any volume, if there's any point building those. So I'll go to SEO, strategy builder. Who's logged in? I might change the password. This is where I'll throw this in there and essentially just get an understanding if there's anyone looking for suburb related searches or if they're dead pages. There's not much happening. Here we go. Home insulation. So these would be the pages that I'd build. Yep, quite a few. Insulation, Thomastown, Brighton, was Toorak one of them? Toorak is there. Build the page. Well done. Now, I'm interested to see what actually happened. So Wayback Machine. Let's check out their site. Let's go back to 2023. We're basically trying to get to the bottom of what caused it to move up. Something obviously kicked off. Okay. Looks like website rebuild. They had the geo pages then. So some kind of a refresh. Anyhow, good to see that. Let's have a look at their top pages, which is one of the first things I'll look at. Cost insulation Melbourne. So they've got basically a commercial intent keywords that they've built a blog for. Yeah, 2026 guide for Melbourne homeowners. Good on them. This is the SEO in action. They got a table. Good job. Well done. Sometimes it's not pretty, but it works. Get your free quote today. They're selling through a informational intent blog targeting commercial intent key terms, if that makes any sense. I barely make any sense to myself. Victorian insulation rebate. So they're posting, it's constantly being refreshed. They got 2026 in there. We are month 7. Home insulation Geelong. So they've got city pages. Good. So I'd be taking all of this on board, pulling this list, putting it into the bucket of wish list pages. And now let's move on to the next competitor. Aussie Home Insulation. Let's check it out. Best rated 2025. So it looks like there's product sales. It's more shop online. Our services, no, they do installation as well. One of the first things I look at, my favorite SEO minion. There's a lot of these Chrome extensions that just show you the titles on the page. And it shows you if it's optimized, what we're optimized for. I pay attention to the H1 title. We are home to Victoria's most trusted installers using only the leading industry brands. Now, this is where they're missing the main key term of insulation. Why wouldn't they? Most trusted insulation installers, right? Green stuff, wall installation. Okay, so it's more product related, but it sounds like they do installations as well. Let's have a look. Oh, good numbers, heading in the right direction. Looks like they've been at it for a few years as well, at least 6 years before something really took off over here. This time around, I might look at their crawled pages. This helps me understand website structure. What pages do they have? Not just the top pages, which is demonstrated here, and what keywords they're ranking for. So they've got lots of product pages. I'm assuming that's a WooCommerce setup. So we'll look. WordPress, Slide of Revolution, WooCommerce or something else. Then I'll take a look at their keywords. I'll pull the keywords. I'll pull the URLs. So we might look at the top 10 sites, get an understanding of what pages they have. That way we know what pages we need to build. If it's working for them and we offer the same service, why wouldn't we build the page? Looks like this product is driving air cell insulation. Let's have a look. This is the product. It definitely looks like Shopify. Not Shopify, WooCommerce, sorry. Whole bunch of brands. Look, each brand has a dedicated page. Yeah, very nice. This is looking good. Over 600 reviews on Google. Let's have a look. Is it? Aussie Home Installation. Sure enough. Good on them. Looking good. That's a good brand. Look at that. 716 Google reviews. Well done. Well done to them. All right, who else we got? EnviroFlex, Insulation Installers Melbourne, Home and Commercial. With permalink. What's wrong with that permalink? Insulation for every home. So we'll look at their title. Insulation Installers Melbourne. Insulation for every home. Looking good. This is where I might do something a bit different. I might just type in site semicolon. I might grab this here. Grab my screaming frog. Throw it in there. Do a crawl. And this is what I'll do to all the top competitors. So EnviroFlex has 44 results. So not a big site. I flick through to page 3. Have a look what's going on here. What's this? Blog. Geez, look at that title. Free, no obligation visit. Pretty average looking blog from 2022. This is the kind of stuff that needs to get cleaned up. Let's have a look at their crawl. This allows me just to get a quick map of their website. Garage doors, trap proofing. This helps me find, they used to have a page. It's redirected. Looks like there was a bit of a cleanup. Let's have a look at their traffic. Wow. Looks like they took a bit of a hit somewhere. Yeah, wow. I wonder what happened there. So October, let's have a look. So let's go maybe early 2024, 2014. What am I talking about? Let's see if they did a bit of a website rebuild. What was the site? EnviroFlex. So that's what it looks now. Let's see what it looks like before. It takes a while to load for some reason. Let's see what we got. Sometimes Wayback Machine never actually loads. Oh yeah, okay. Looks like, yeah, they went through a bit of a rebuild. So whatever happened, that's a big drop. So yeah, so I wonder what happened. Maybe they didn't map out their pages. That's what their website looked like. Yeah, they needed a bit of a facelift, but maybe they didn't what I call reconnect the plumbing. They didn't do a 301 redirection. Maybe they didn't build out all the pages that they used to have. But as you can see here, you can clearly see there was a big drop in traffic. Let's investigate that drop. So if we compare it to July 2024 to now, garage door insulation, they had this page. They had shop, product, foil, board, 16 panel garage door kit. I imagine they don't have it now. There you go to the home page, dead, killed the page. EnviroFlex, yeah, that's their brand. Ortex installation, brand Ortex. That looks like it's a hub page for Ortex. Now they just don't have that hub page. That's crazy. So maybe they don't offer those services. But you can clearly see foil board insulation product. So these products, look how much traffic they lost. I wonder if they know. Maybe they look. You can no longer sell that product, but if you perform that service, you should still continue to have that category page. They basically removed the category pages and redirected. I'm assuming they would have had those here. If you go shop, maybe they took down the shop from the site, but the shop still had categories. Anyhow, it's sad to see this, but look at that. That's a big loss. All of this goes into the master plan of the site that we should build, because we can see what's at the top. We can see the keywords being searched. We can see the keywords being targeted with Google Ads. We just now need to target a keyword, insulation installers Melbourne, show them a landing page. A landing page might look something like this. This is a roofing client, roofing website that I like the look of. Roofing and restoration, blah, blah, blah. There's your contact form. Many of my sites look like this, and this layout just works so well with any kind of trade space. So the moral of the story, just look at the top 10, flick through their sites, have a look at their pages, have a look at their keywords. Ew, what's going on here? That header is busted. Whoever approved that, that's not looking good. They've got signs of a really good brand, but whatever happened here, just not looking good. Maybe the business owner took over it and started pressing buttons, but yeah, that's not looking pretty, is it? Let's see what the rankings show. Oh yeah, yep. Didn't look pretty from there, but it's looking pretty here. Let's see where their movements have been. Insulation installers, Sydney. Okay, so they've obviously not just in Melbourne, they're in Sydney as well. It's their Sydney page that has just progressed through the ranks. This looks like a very SEO-ish page, doesn't it? Before, after, lots of before, after reviews. This looks very, does that page looks different to the rest of the, oh no, okay, Melbourne, Sydney. We'll take it on board. Let's have a look at their crawled pages. I love this crawled pages report. Just gets you a quick, what was that? That was a thank you page. Let's have a look at it. Thank you, Melbourne. That means they're running some kind of possibly Google Ads. Let's see if we can find it. You got to no index those pages, guys. Rapid Sydney. They go to, that's their thank you page. Congratulations, your home is one step. So that means that's off the back of some kind of landing page. Rapid Sydney. This must be their landing page. They must be running Google Ads traffic to this page, looking to save energy, but good copy, upgrade your insulation, and feel the difference in your home's comfort immediately. So it's the same kind of promise as double glazed windows. That means this space could work for Facebook ads as well. Step one, pretty basic landing page. Oh, that's messy work, isn't it? Hopefully it does the job. I'll wrap it up there. So moral of the story, we checked the competitors, we checked the keywords, we had a look at the cost per click with the Google ad, and we had a look at some of the landing pages. I took a few screenshots. Now we're one step closer to building the pages that we need, targeting the keywords that we need. Hopefully that's been helpful. Thank you. Bye-bye.